You wake up at 6 a.m. to the sound of a government-issued alarm clock that feels specifically designed to make people regret surviving. For 5 seconds, you forget where you are. Then you see the beige walls, the flickering fluorescent light in the kitchen, and the single folding chair in the corner of your apartment. And suddenly it all comes back. You're not you anymore. You're Daniel Cooper now, 34 years old, assistant regional carpet inventory specialist, divorced, originally from Iowa, allergic to shellfish apparently. The government built your entire personality in under 40 minutes and somehow expects you to perform it for the rest of your life, like a low-budget actor in the world's most depressing improv show. 3 months ago, you testified against one of the most dangerous crime families in the country. Now you live in Nebraska, eating generic cereal called Crispy Wheat Circles, while trying not to accidentally reveal your real identity to the cashier at Walmart. Witness protection sounds exciting in movies, but in reality, it's mostly filling silence with fake memories and learning how to answer basic questions without sounding like a malfunctioning robot. Every conversation feels like a trap. Every stranger feels suspicious. Yesterday, a woman at the grocery store asked where you moved from, and your brain reacted like she had just pulled a gun. You stood there holding a basket of frozen meals while your nervous system prepared for death over casual small talk. You eventually said, the Midwest, which unfortunately does not narrow things down at all, because you are literally standing in the Midwest. The government agent assigned to check on you visits every Thursday morning and somehow manages to make the apartment feel even more lifeless just by existing inside it. He sits at your tiny kitchen table, drinking black coffee and asking questions in the same emotionless tone every single week. Have you made any friends? No. Have you contacted anyone from your previous life? No. Have you noticed anyone suspicious nearby? Define suspicious. Because at this point, the old man across the street watering his lawn feels like he could either be retired or an assassin pretending to enjoy gardening. You spend most of your days trying to act normal at your new job, but apparently pretending to be a regular person is harder than surviving organized crime. Your coworkers keep trying to include you in conversations about local sports teams and barbecue restaurants, and every interaction feels like an undercover mission where the enemy is human connection. One guy named Greg invited you to a neighborhood cookout last weekend, and you almost said no because you were convinced it might somehow be an ambush. Then you remembered assassins probably wouldn't organize a potluck with potato salad and folding chairs. Probably. At night, the apartment becomes unbearably quiet. The television stays on for background noise because silence makes your thoughts too loud. Sometimes you sit by the window staring into the parking lot, convinced every unfamiliar car belongs to someone who finally found you. A black SUV parked outside your building last Tuesday, and you spent 2 hours hiding on the floor before realizing it belonged to a food delivery driver. You can't even order takeout anymore without imagining your obituary. The worst part isn't the fear, though. The worst part is realizing how easy it was for the world to continue without you. Your old apartment already has a new tenant. Your old job replaced you in less than a week. Your phone stopped receiving messages after the first month. Because eventually people stop searching when nobody answers. It's strange watching your entire existence disappear while you're still technically alive. Sometimes you try to remember what your real name sounded like out loud, just to make sure it still feels familiar. Sometimes you catch yourself responding automatically to Daniel, and it scares you more than the threats ever did. Because witness protection isn't really about hiding from dangerous people. It's about slowly becoming someone else until there's barely enough left of the original person to miss. Then one night, there's a knock at your door. 3 slow knocks. Your entire body freezes instantly. Your heart starts beating so hard it feels painful. You stare at the door while your brain cycles through every possible outcome at once. This is it. Someone found you. Somehow, after months of hiding, after changing your name and your city and your entire life, someone finally found you. Another knock. You grab the kitchen knife, even though deep down you know it would probably be useless against actual professional killers. You move toward the door carefully, barely breathing. Then a voice speaks from the hallway. Maintenance. You stand there in silence for a full 10 seconds before realizing 2 things. First, you almost had a panic attack because someone came to fix the air conditioning. Second, this is probably just your life now.